we're ready.
I have no one to donate, but I'm very thankful that I have my little chicken drumstick here. People freak out when they see me for the first time. It's so cool. I was a water slide all by myself. Everyone obviously at the bottom of the slide is thinking I'm waiting for other people to come down, and here I come, and they're freaking out. They're like, yeah, like this. And I was so tempted to look at myself and go, what happened? You know? There were times where I sort of looked at my life and thinking, well, I can't do this and I can't do that. And you keep on concentrating on the things that you wish you had or the things that you wish you didn't have. And you sort of forget what you do have. And there's no point, I believe, in my life where I wish I had arms lengths, I wish I had arms lengths, I wish I had arms lengths, because wishes won't help. But what I've seen in life are just a couple of key principles. And the first thing that I've seen is to be thankful. It's hard to be thankful, man. I tell you, when I was 8 years old, I sort of summed up my life and thought, I'm never going to get married. I'm not going to have a job. I'm not going to have a life of purpose. What kind of a husband am I going to be if I can't even hold my wife's hand? It's a lie to think that you're not good enough. It's a lie to think that you're not worth anything. I can't feel my hands. I love that. So many people come and say, how come you smile so much? And I'm like, well, it's a long story. But it's very simple at the same time. You see, it's very hard to smile sometimes in life. There are things that happen that you don't know and you don't understand, and you don't know if you're going to get through it. You know, you go through your storms in life and you don't know how long the storm's going to be. And today I want to share with you some principles that I've learned in my life that you can use in yours. Being patient is beautiful. I can tell you it's the hardest thing. But I realize I may not have hands to hold my wife's hand. But when the time comes, I'll be able to hold her heart. I don't need hands to hold her heart. You know, it is scary to know how many girls have eating disorders. It is scary to know how many people are just angry at life because of their situation at home and angry at others. It's scary to know how many people actually feel like they're worth nothing. Every single girl right here, right now, I want you to know that you are beautiful. You are gorgeous just the way you are. And you boys, you're the man.
On this DVD, I share my experiences in life of how I've overcome challenges and seen a new, fresh perspective in life. To be thankful, to dream big, and to never give up. I speak to children, youth, and adults about key issues and principles that I've applied in my life that has given me the strength to conquer all that comes before me.
But the other thing that he does, apart from telling his own story, oh, and by the way, he's now married. Apart from telling his own story, there's also the element of the customer story. You see that way he's standing there, he's talking to the audience, he's talking to his cast, and he's actually addressing their fears, he's addressing the way they feel. How powerful is that? That is his strength. He's told the story and incorporated them in his story. Okay, so that's a really powerful thing that you can do. I'm just going to show you another one, just corporate culture. This is a fast food chain in the States. I do a lot of food-related stuff. And this is a fast food chain. And this story is, the video you see now is seen as one of the all-time classics. And it's quoted very often as telling the genuine corporate story. It's done in quite an interesting way.
just guessing at numbers and figures, pulling the puzzles apart. Questions of science, science and progress don't speak as loud as my heart. Nobody said it was easy. It's such a shame for us to part. Nobody said it was easy. No one ever said it would be so hard. I'm going back to the start.
Anyway, so that little video you saw there encapsulates the history of that company. And they're recognised because basically the owners, there's chemicals going into these animals, stuff, selling to people, poisoning them. And they actually turned around and said no more. So they have a really, really strict policy on where they source their food. And it goes really deep into the company. So when they launched this video, this was seen as groundbreaking. But it connects with their values and it tells a strong story. There's a bit of an arc there. There's a descent and redemption. And all these things are storytelling devices that you can use. And it doesn't have to be animated. You could do the same thing, just having the owner of the company standing there in front of the right background going, we set up this company, we sold burritos, we were really successful. We expanded like places, and then we realised in expanding, and actually compromising quality of our food. It was really important. So what we decided to do is we decided to go back to basics. And you can tell that story yourself. It doesn't have to be through animation. I'm showing you kind of high-end stuff. I mean, even Nick, when he's there, look at all he's doing. He's standing there telling the story. Okay, he has a particularly visually strong device that he can use. He has no arms. But you don't need to spend a lot of money to have the clients tell their story, as long as they're telling a genuine story, an authentic story that's grounded in their values and you've got their story straight. And then when you tell the story, if you know where you're going, if you know what you want to achieve, that's the quest. And then you have the story. Will the client get to where they want to go? Often the strongest stories are, to come back to Pat Gibbon, he really wants to elevate the respect we show for community and environment. That's his legacy. When he's dead on his grave, here lies the man that made us respect community. That's what he did. So it's very easy then to have that trajectory of story. I was asked to actually talk about storytelling. We spent the last 10 minutes talking about photography and storytelling. Because you'll have noticed, even though I've been showing you a lot of video, I'm a very visual orientated person. Visual media tells stories very effectively. You've seen probably, I don't know, half a dozen stories here today. Very short, and they've all been very short, haven't they? But they've all made an impact. Visual stimulation is very important. And if you look at social media these days, the way it's heading is that, we're just bombarded by social media. There's just so much of it. There's blogs, there's websites, there's Twitter feeds, there's LinkedIn, there's Instagram, there's, and keeping up with that is terribly, it's really difficult. Also, producing content, my God, that takes time as well. So if you're telling a visual story, you can actually cut through that because people will look at the photograph and it takes an instant to digest the photograph. It takes a moment to produce a photograph. If you do it correctly, then you can produce the most amazing picture, put it up online, and people will connect with your story. And if you do it consistently, then your story will come across. And we'll look in a minute at a lady in America who is doing that for her business. She, pretty much what she does is take pictures on her song. And that's kind of her mother. And boy, is it effective. And she's not a photographer, but boy, is what she showed. It's really, really good. So, you know, photography. Very important. Hooray, photography. This is Chris Casey. You might notice that Chris is looking a bit odd in one eye. That's because that's a false eye. You figure that out. Now, we're talking about authenticity. You know VHI, they do these adverts, and they have somebody telling a story. Oh, I was on holiday, and this happened, and the VHI stepped in, and it was great. I have no doubt that that's a real story. I have no doubt that the lady actually happened. But you know what? It's an advert. And I have half a mind that VHI approached the lady and said, can we tell you a story? And I will give you some money. And then it's kind of, well, maybe she's an actress after all. I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore. How more powerful is it if one of your customers comes to you and says, you saved my life? I would love for you to tell my story in however you want to. So Chris Casey has 20/20 vision. Here's the irony, 20/20 vision of all his family. Everybody else's family, all steckies. And he, the only one, 20/20 vision. So he was at a family function and there was a wine bottle. And he kind of had to look a little bit to get the label and photo. And his sister, steckily, leapt on him. You should go to the optician. Finally, Chris's eyes are going. Go to the optician, get yourself checked. You need reading glasses. And he's going, no, I don't think it'll be fine. You know, it's just so, anyway, so they were at him. So he went to the optician, where they confirmed that the man has 20/20 perfect vision. And the flying element was he had a massive tumour at the back of his eyes. Had he not gone in, had his sister not kind of forced him to go in, had they not said, well, as part of our standard eye test, can we just have you over here? We do this with everybody, you've got perfect vision, but you know, we're just going to do this other thing and tick it off. Do this for everybody, just take a photograph of the inside of your eye. Took a picture, and the technician immediately, I mean, there's no doubt, you've got a tumour in your eye, you won't feel it, you won't see it. But immediately, the technician said, you need to go now. And they saved his life. He had to lose an eye, but had it been left, he would have died. So he then went to Specsavers and said, here I am, I want to help. You know, you saved my life. Well, how much stronger is that then? So here's a photograph of Chris that's going to be used in a campaign of some description, I'm not sure. I know it's going to be in their magazine and in the press release, etc., etc. That's what I mean when you're looking for authenticity. As soon as you have to pay for stories, or if you have to create stories, you're on to a losing proposition. If you can get genuine stories,